What's up, Spud Nation? I'm back and I am excited. It's that time of year again, fantasy football, and by the amount of emails and video checkouts, I know you guys are ready. You're excited, you're eager, and you know what? Last year was nothing. We're going to do so much better this year. Everyone that I helped win the title, we're going to repeat. You know you're not a real champion until you take 2 in a row home. You do that, and you are in. I love it. Guys, I am excited. This year is going to be a phenomenal year. What I have in store for you guys, today's video, draft strategies. We're going to be prepared. We're going to be ready to go. We're going into every single draft, and we're going to dominate. Top to bottom, we are going to be ready, and we're going to do what we do, and we're going to win. We're going to walk out of our draft, and we're going to think, man, best team I've ever picked, strategy accomplished. I love it, guys. We're going to be ready. The rest of this year, guys, I'm bringing to the table fantasy player rankings. You don't have to go out and buy a magazine. You don't have to do anything. You have me. I did my research. I did my homework. I ranked them. Now they're going to have projections for this year. And you know what? You listen to me, you get your pen and paper out, and what you do, you write them down, and then you rank them how you want. You take my information, mix it with your knowledge, and voila, winning formula. That's what you do, and you're going to have a fantastic draft. We're also going to have shows that incorporate the rookies. You know what? Do you buy them high? Do you sell them? Do you leave them alone? What do you do? Rookie impact this year. Very important. A lot of people freak out during the draft over rookies. You're going to be ready. And then throughout the season, you guys know what I do. I answer all your questions. I come to you every single week. Players you should play, players that are hot, players that are not, players to avoid, bad matchups. I prepare you every week and just get you ready to win your fantasy season. That's what we do. Brought home a lot of trophies last year, and this year we are going to completely destroy that. The best part about all this, guys, it is going to be completely free for you, Spud Nation. That's right, no charge. That's what I do. I proved myself last year, and this year I'm going to make you guys 100% believers. That's what we do, you guys. I'm proving myself to you. You believe in me, and then we're going to win some big-time money. All right, guys, today, draft strategies. You got to be prepared when you go to the draft. You're not one of those guys that on the way to the draft, you pick up a magazine and then you just hope and pray you get lucky. Those are the people that drive me nuts. They come to my draft and then they walk away saying, man, my team sucks. I wonder why. Well, put a little time in, put a little effort in, and it will pay off big. I like winning. I know you guys do too, so let's get to it. 10 strategies. We're going to start right away. Doing your homework. That's right. No one likes homework, but this is well worth it, guys. You come prepared to the draft. You I can't stress this enough, can't be afraid to be an original. What do I mean by that? I mean, if you look at the rankings, you hear me say, Larry Fitzgerald, oh, he's the best receiver in the entire bunch. And you look down the list and you see a guy like Jordy Nelson, and you think he's going to have a fantastic year. He's going to have 15-plus touchdowns again this year. And you slide him up and you want to draft him number 1. He's your guy. Be an original. Go for it. If you have that much faith in what you hear, go ahead, draft him. Guys, I'm just here. I'm feeding you my information, my knowledge, my research, and I'm here to help you. I'm knowledge. I will give you my best advice, my best opinion, and you know what? If you like someone a little bit better, be an original. If you draft a guy and the entire draft room goes, you're crazy, way to go. Don't worry about it. It's your team. Be an original player. I love it. You got to take risks at some point, but calculate them. That's how you win. Second strategy, don't fall in love with rookies. A lot of people do this. They overpay. They'll take rookies in the first round just on a whim. Oh, he dominated in college, I'm drafting him high. A lot of players do this, and a lot of players fall in love way too early. Don't fall in love too early, guys. There are certain situations where you snag a guy, but don't overpay just to have a rookie on your team. Number 3, if you can find a running back that doesn't share carries, that's your guy. A guy like Ray Rice, perfect situation. Ray Rice is the guy. He carries the load. He doesn't share. He's a good pick. Number 4, quarterbacks. It's their league. They score more than anyone. That top tier quarterbacks is where you want to be in the first round. I know a lot of the magazines and ESPN, a lot of them are telling you, run out there and get Arian Foster. Run out there and get Ray Rice. I am taking a different approach. Quarterbacks, they score the highest points in your fantasy league. You go out there and you get them. One of the top six, that bunch of quarterbacks right there, they are leagues above everyone else. You go out there, you snag one of those guys because it is a pass-happy league. And not to mention in that top 6, there are some quarterbacks that can move and that will score you touchdowns with their legs. Quarterback it is. If you don't get one of those top 6, then we turn our focus elsewhere. But that strategy, you go quarterback and you go early. Go get a big one over one of those big-time running backs. Number 5, wide receivers are deep. Lots of talent. It's a passing league. So, again, don't overpay to get an average receiver just because he's a big name. The wide receiver class is deep. It's a passing league. You look at the red zone, a lot of teams throw the ball now in the red zone. So, there you go. Wide receivers, a lot of value, but it's a very, very deep position. Running backs. They are drafted upon the type of league that you play in. PPR leagues, certain running backs get a lot more value. Or touchdown leagues. If they're point heavy in the touchdown department, you got vultures, like I think Peyton Hillis will be this year, who are really big impact players around the goal line who have value, who are worth a look on draft day. So know what kind of league you're going into, know the point system, know the scoring, and go out there and draft accordingly. Number 7, it's all about emotions. You're in love with the player, he's your favorite player, has been forever. A lot of people say stay away. Stay away, it'll ruin your season. I go the other way. I love having my favorite player on my team. Granted, Kelvin Johnson, who is a beast, is the best there is. My favorite player, he was on my team. I'm lucky enough to have him. You keep him on your team. Let's say your favorite player is a guy like Dwayne Bowe. If your favorite player is Dwayne Bowe, go out there and draft him. Obviously, be smart about it, but there's a guy that can last to the 4th round. Snag him in the 4th round. He's a decent wide receiver too, but I like having my favorite player on my team. You get emotionally tied up into your team. You want your team to win because of him, and week in and week out, you get to follow his stats as you follow your fantasy team. I like it. Let your emotions get tied up into your fantasy team. Kickers. Why wouldn't we talk about kickers on draft day? Kickers, they add important value to your team, but there isn't much difference between the top and middle kickers. Last year David Akers went bonkers. Okay, beyond that, the rest of the kickers were all the same. So don't go crazy. Don't go drafting a kicker in the 3rd round. You guys will be okay. Kickers, save them for late in the draft. They're going to add important value to your team, but nothing that you should run out there and draft a kicker instead of your second running back. Don't do that. Don't get crazy. But remember, added value, kickers, kind of important. We're going to go runs. Yes, it's not great to get the runs, but when your fantasy draft goes on a run like we all know it does, oh my God, it's a tight end run. Okay, the entire league is going to go draft a tight end in that round. Be smart. If you're not going to get one of the top 2 or 3 tight ends, you wait, you slide in there, you steal a great wide receiver 3, a solid running back 2 or 3. Go out there and get some value. That's sneaky value. That's great strategy on your draft day. Obviously, if you can get a guy like Jimmy Graham or Rob Gronkowski, huge value in those two. But, you know what? Go out there, get one of those, 3rd receivers. A lot of value there. I like that. Just don't get caught up in the run. Just because everyone else is doing it does not mean you have to. Going back to tip 1, being original. That's what you got to do. And lastly, your defense can be drafted last. Don't get too excited. It's a defense. They don't add that much value to your team. And then besides that, guys, later on in the year, you're going to play matchups anyway. There's going to be a bunch of free agent defenses out there. You play the matchup, strong defense, or even mediocre defense against weak offense. So save your ammo on draft day, draft a defense last, and just be happy with whoever you get. There you go, Spud Nation. We're getting prepared. We're getting amped up. The player rankings are coming soon. I can't wait to get them out to you guys. If you have any questions, please hit me up. Now's the time. I'll be answering all questions. Hit me up, Craig@thesportscoach.com, or on YouTube, or on the site, guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Spud Nation, you guys are the best, and get ready for fantasy time. I'm out.